Hugh Edwards, previously one of BBC's most senior news presenters, has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of making indecent images. 41 images all told, 7 of which in the most serious category, Category A. But it's the meaning of the word making that might surprise you in this video. So whilst it might not surprise you that I'm not going to talk about the offence itself in great detail because of certain filters, but I will talk about the meaning of the wording in this, which might well surprise you. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. So without conducting a character assassination in any sense at all, I'm going to talk about the law in this, which might surprise you as to how broad the meaning of this wording is and how it applies. You see, the wording of making an image is not necessarily the literal making of an image, although it does incorporate that. You see, this offence or offences, one of which is a strict liability offence, which might also surprise you, which I'll come back to in a minute, is under the Protection of Children Act of 1978. There are 2 offences that I'm going to talk about here. The first is the making or taking or permitting to be taken any indecent photograph, and it's the word that's been inserted that ought to make, which might surprise many of you, because making an image is not necessarily literally making an image of sorts, but it can incorporate just merely copying an image, downloading an image, and things of that nature. It has been held to be simply copying an image, as in Atkins and DPP of 2000, intentionally opening an email attachment, knowing that it contains or is likely to contain a photograph that is prohibited. That was in the case of Smith of 2003. Otherwise, visiting a website where such images might appear. You would also be guilty of such an offence. Now, the other offence is a strict liability offence, meaning even if you didn't intend to commit this offence, you will commit this offence if you carry out this act. That is known as distributing such images or even pseudo images. So a pseudo image is something that is not a fully real image but is made to look like something else. So if you make or you distribute those are incorporated within the offence. But the distributing such images is a strict liability offence that is under section 1(1)(b). That is to distribute or to show such photographs. And it follows, therefore, that even if you were to simply forward on an email or a message or something else that contained one of these types of images, then you are strictly liable for the offence. The 3rd and 4th offences under this section are to have in your possession such photographs with a view to them being distributed or shown to others, and finally to publish or cause to be published in various ways. Now, there is a technical defence available to the 2nd and 3rd offences, that is distributing or showing to others or having in your possession with a view to showing to others, and that is set out under subsection 4, where there is a legitimate reason. Think law enforcement and reporting and that kind of thing. Or in the alternative that the person had not seen them, did not know, or had any cause to suspect them to be of that type of nature. And so taking all of those offences together very broadly, this is where a lot of people get caught out. Because even if a person is nothing like the nature of the person they would expect somebody to be charged with this kind of offence, they may be charged technically with one of these offences. Because merely by opening an email attachment, knowing that it contains or is likely to contain a photograph that is prohibited, would satisfy this offence. Likewise, if somebody's received a message and forwards it on to another, whilst there is a defence that you did not know or had any cause to suspect them to be of that nature, forwarding them on is distributing those images under this section, and thus you could be charged with that offence. Even if you had unwittingly and unknowingly forwarded on a message that contained such images, you may well be charged with this offence. Although you can avail yourself of the defence under subsection 4 that you had not seen and did not know, and it had any cause to suspect those to be those kind of images, the burden will be on you to elicit some kind of evidence that you had not accessed or opened those messages. And in such a case, a bare denial is not going to be sufficient. And so I thought this would be a useful warning video, because if someone so much as opens an image and deletes it, the offence is made out. And it ought also to be said that imagery can obviously include images or video. And finally, I have to say it was rather odd to read the BBC's story on this article when the BBC article said the BBC has not responded to a request for comment. And speaking of comments, please do keep your comments polite and respectful in the comment section below. Please do make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I hope to help you understand these offences where they might be far broader than most people think. With that, I thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.